Yo, guys, I'm out on a small road trip today. I'm on my way to Lee Honda over here, and I have a minor problem with my spoiler. I'm sure all you guys who hate spoilers are hackling. Apparently, it needs a little bit of tender love and care. It's a little loose, one side. I think they seem to tape on the spoilers nowadays. They used to drill them into the car, and since it's not factory installed, it is a Honda spoiler, but it's not a factory installed unit. We have to go, and I need to make sure they reset the tape because it's coming loose. Apparently it's either more tape or better tape or whatever. I still love my spoiler. I still think chicks dig the guys with the big spoilers. That's just the way I think. I guess that, I guess the number of women I'm swimming in now, which is pretty much zero, pretty much disproves that. But I thought I'd mention it anyway, just to be a wanker. But we're heading on to Lee, so I'm going to go ahead and pause this, and when we get there, I will unpause it. Okay, we're getting close to Lee now. Reason I'm using Lee instead of Charlie's is Charlie's is about 35 minutes away, and I had Lee install this spoiler. They kind of messed up. I mean, they didn't mess up in the install per se. What happened is that it was the first time they had installed a spoiler on this car, and I ended up getting it pretty much installed for half price because they quoted me a price and the timing for it was wrong. Which is cool. I mean, they stuck with their price, which shows they have some integrity over here, which is important. I found them to be very pleasant people in general, and I've been pretty happy. Lee Auto Mall says, Nissan, Honda, and so forth, but it's Lee Honda in Auburn, Maine, and we're pulling in now. Sorry, I'm doing this handheld right now. I didn't want to hook it up because I'm gonna do a quick check over. I might get some touch-up paint to fix that little scratch on the side of the car. $600 to fix that. I'll go into a video on that to let you know what's involved in that, but apparently it's not a minor deal and so forth. So I'm probably gonna pause it. I don't know how touchy they are about filming over here and so forth. I'm gonna go ahead and pause it right now, and then I'm gonna do a quick shot of the spoiler going on, and it's just kind of coming a little unstuck there. Bad old days when we used to drill spoilers into the cars. I guess maybe if it's if it's done by the company, it is. But in this case, since it's aftermarket, although it's a Honda aftermarket, they're glued on or taped on now. So it's just popping up a little. So we're going to see about getting that pushed down a little. As a small caveat to the next part of this video, I seem to be having some computer problems. There's going to be a little bit of a sync problem with the voice with the video. I sincerely apologize for that. I hate that. I'm trying to figure out what's going on with my computer. It runs fine on my phone, but as soon as I go into my computer, I'm getting some sync problems. So I hope you'll understand and bear with me on this video. I kept trying to fix it, but I'm running out of time to get this video out before it becomes defunct. So I hope you'll forgive me and my terrible hairdo and the way I look, considering it's now 1:30 in the morning and I'm just sticking this in the middle to make it all work. Take care, guys. You guys have no idea how well this is filming. I just engage it. All right, I just got out of the service center concerning my spoiler. For all those that think these things are just glued on, well, perhaps aftermarket spoilers are glued on. This spoiler is taped on the edges, but it's actually bolted onto this car. It's not a minor affair, apparently. Now, at first, I almost got really upset. I haven't had enough sleep, so I'm pissy. I got a pissy attitude, and I'm still a little irked over the whole freaking. They won't even pay to do a diagnostic system on my on the situation with the adaptive cruise control, not recognizing cars at 35 miles per hour because they say everything's running perfectly fine, but they won't test it the way it needs to be tested to see that it doesn't actually recognize cars. But that's a whole nother story. In this case, I bought this car online. I bought this spoiler online, which is not a problem per se because it is a Honda spoiler. It was brand new, and it even came from a Honda dealership. It's just cheaper to get it online than it is to freaking order it at your local dealer, about 30% less. So the first thing they say, I mean, they're being honest, I have to have a receipt for it because I have to prove to Honda what's going on with it, you know, otherwise they won't pay for it, which I understand. I get a little hot under the collar. It's not really his fault, but I've just had enough of this bullshit of everything, dot your I's, cross your T's on every damn thing when, where the hell else am I going to get this spoiler? It's a Honda spoiler. It's for a car that there aren't enough of them out there or enough people putting spoilers on them that I'm going to get it anywhere. But I understand. I mean, I don't want him to eat it. I drive off, then I turn around and I look at my glove compartment box, and I remembered I left everything in there specifically so I could, you know, so I could, when I was doing the review on parts that were worth buying or aren't worth buying. I like the spoiler. The spoiler I think is worth buying, but that's a matter of personal choice and design and looks. So what happened? Well, I go back in, he looks it up, everything's fine. Part's not a problem. What they have to, you know, it looks like it just needs a little bit, you know, I don't think they put enough tape on the edges. So the tape's coming up a little on the edges, so it's not sitting completely down. And I want it, you know, I want it totally flush, the way it's supposed to be. And they're not arguing that. I mean, that's the way it's supposed to be. It turns out they have to replace the whole damn spoiler. They're just going to replace the whole damn thing. You know, I'd be willing to let them just stick a little extra tape under there if they're willing to re-aim my cruise control system. But okay, so next week they're going to install a whole brand new spoiler on my car. So there's a little scratch on it. I don't know how it got there, but now I get it with no scratch, and I'm going to insist on a 12-month warranty again on that new spoiler, because I have a feeling if they don't put a lot of tape on it, it's just going to pop up again. Just over and over, it's just going to keep popping up on the edges. It's just the way it is. You don't use enough, then that's just the way it's going to be. So I'm set for another appointment. Honda's going to be eating it out of a whole nother spoiler. I'm sure they'll be able to reconstitute this spoiler, you know, for later sales, refurbished or whatever. I mean, it's not like really super expensive or super special, but it just seems kind of funny. But that's when I learned. I mean, I said, well, can't you guys just shove a little tape on it, you know, and stick it down a little? No, they have to heat it down, heat it up to get all that adhesive off. And then they told me the thing's bolted anyway. I mean, everyone told me these things were screwed in, or I mean, these things were taped now. I guess aftermarkets might tend to be taped in, and so forth. But this one actually is bolted on. So they're just going to replace the whole damn spoiler. So I get a brand new spoiler next Friday. You know, if anyone from Lee watches this, sorry, I got a little upset. Nobody from Lee's watching. Hardly anybody watching my videos anyway. Like, Lee's going to watch my videos. Oh, Verdi is getting upset. We better change our entire business practice because of that. Yeah, that's happening. They're actually very nice people. I got a little hot under the collar because I'm still pissed off over the cruise control thing. Nothing's gonna fix that. It's a limitation of the design of this car and the software on this car. Fact of the matter is, Ford does it better. Ford has a better system, and it works better. It's not their system, obviously, it's Bosch, but it's just better. And Honda needs to get their act together to get that situation fixed. Also, I hate the fact that the radar is down to the left on the bottom. I'm sure it works fine, but I'm also sure it doesn't work as fine as it could if it were in the center of the car, in the middle. So, of course, I'm talking out my ass, having a freaking clue. Of course, this is turning into a long bitch session because, well, that's what I do. I got nobody to talk to. I'm going out to another stereo shop today. Hopefully they're open. I mean, it was July 4th yesterday. And I'm going to get some more information on the stereo and about trying to get this system kicking ass because it sucks at high volumes. Well, that's going to be it for me. I'm almost home, and I'm going to pick up my children, Daisy and Idjit, the Beagle, and the Apastawawa. There'll be a video of them on one of these, maybe on this one. You listen to the gruff old man like me, you might as well see some cute puppies play, right? Yeah. And I'm going to pick up the woman that lives in my house. I'm being a little nicer to her right now, mostly to be, you know, whatever. I still have problems there, and well, don't we all have problems with our women, and don't all us women have problems with our men? And such is life. It's not even my wife or girlfriend. Yeah, I need to shut up now. This is Verdier, over and out on this video. I hope to God, unless I had, well, no, actually, there's probably going to be some puppy dogs playing afterwards. Take care, guys. I was tired of my ugly face on videos all the time. I now give you cute dogs playing. My beagle and my impasta wawa. Ah, that's right, bitch slap him. Cute dogs playing.